right.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Good. And we're back after some speed bumps.
Lots of speed
It's
bumps.
trial and error. You're trying something new, and you have to learn stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but now we're really out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really talking to each other. You know,
Doing this shit.
yeah, we're really doing the talking to each other thing now.
Yeah.
Shit. We have to switch our profile and basically start over new because 6 episodes in we said something that was the truth, but we didn't know we couldn't say it, and we said it. So we got
YouTube's
1 of 4 strikes.
guidelines says we're not allowed to tell our story that actually happened.
Yeah. We
So-
couldn't tell something that, like a story of firsthand information that happened to somebody that we know. Because no one told us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's in their guidelines.
Yeah, it's there, I guess. I mean, it is there when you read the COVID and
But that's new. They're always changing their guidelines.
they are always changing their guidelines, and I don't really get a memo. I don't know how to sign up in, and then do I have the time to constantly read memos of this kind of dictator?
Yeah, seriously.
The dictator sent a new memo out. These are the buzzwords. If you say these things, an artificial intelligence or a coded intelligence is going to
Flag your video.
flag your video, take you
Take
off.
it down.
Take you off, do it 4 times, you're off. It's just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It sucks that you kind of just have to go to them. You could go to these other websites and stuff.
Yeah.
But really it's like they're weird and I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard.
YouTube has a
Yeah.
monopoly.
Yeah.
It's not even close. Like
Yeah.
everything else is fucking like
Like
laughable.
streaming.
Oh,
Or,
they're
yeah. Video websites, video services like that. Yeah. YouTube is at the top, and they know that. That's why they can get away with. I don't want to get anyone mad, but that's why they can do that.
They get away with,
Yeah.
I guess, this mass censorship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mass mind control. I'm pretty sure I can call it mind control. I don't know if that's in the fucking guidelines.
If
But
we get in trouble again.
yeah, the just restricting of fucking information.
Yeah.
That-
True information.
Something that's true,
Yeah.
that happened, well, just starting, we're only getting just a small amount of views, a couple people are,
Yeah.
checking it out and stuff. But even then, it's like, it's gone. If you, I don't know, it's just weird. It
Yeah,
sucks.
like they don't want that information out there at all.
At all.
Like I have to share somewhere else if I want people to hear.
Right.
that story.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Yeah. And then just reading through the list of stuff that you can't do or say. This drug that rhymes with Cider Rectum is something that's, oh fuck. See, I don't even know how to tiptoe around this shit. Doing my best.
Yeah.
Basically, more or less, I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm supposed to say that too, I'm pretty sure, but there's a medicine that works pretty fucking good
Yeah.
that already exists. And the only reason that these injections called these, say, medical procedures, call them medical procedures, they're not scanning for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know we're talking about the
Right.
the hit.
Right.
The
Yeah.
medical procedures. Oh shit.
Just walking on eggshells.
Yeah, I don't know. They make it not even worth
Yeah.
talking about.
That's the whole point. Exactly. Yeah. They want us to not talk about this shit.
I guess, or just not have an opinion that's not their opinion.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Or even spread information that is true. Like the drug you were talking about. That is just a fact of its effects. But we can't talk about it, so.
Can't talk about something that works for this thing that's ruined people's lives economically. There's something that exists that works, and the bumpy, the you know, the little lick.
Yeah.
That is based off what I could see as a citizen, someone that like looks and reads stuff about it. It doesn't seem like it's really working too much, but
Yeah.
and then when I see all the stuff about the Cider Rectum, it is,
Yeah.
but you can't say it.
You're not allowed to talk about it or tell anyone.
Yeah, I don't know. Silly stuff, right?
Silly.
Big
So
big
silly.
goofballs, huh?
I wonder, my biggest issue, but I don't know how I'm going to be able to get it across. Let's see how well. My biggest issue with the procedure is that you can receive it and I don't know. And still contract. Okay. I know someone, my grandfather had this procedure done, and somehow, I don't know how, but he tested positive for COVID like a week or two later. We don't know how he contracted it, you know, whatever. Just got it somehow, not due to the procedure at all. But he got it and then ended up dying due to unrelated reasons from the procedure, had nothing to do with it. But he still could have traveled because he had his procedure done. However, he still had the disease the whole time. So he could have traveled with this, oh, I have the procedure done, but he actually had the disease the whole time, and he could have infected tons of people. So it doesn't add up to me. That's my biggest issue.
And a month later, after he gets the thing, he passes. He passes on.
Unrelated, though.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor. He passes on. I'm not an expert.
We don't know anything.
A month later, but on that death certificate, it's going to say COVID. It's not going to say the thing.
Right. Yeah.
The
So
jab.
whether or not he got COVID because of this, which research shows, I don't even know. I don't even know what research shows. I'm not a doctor. So, yeah, he could have been spreading it, and everyone would have been like
Going to the concerts and stuff.
fine. Yeah. And now he's dead.
Yeah.
So what more can you do about that, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, sucks.
But that's the kind of stuff we're not allowed to talk about, even though it's something that happened.
Navigate it. Yeah, you can't even navigate it. You're just constantly in your head about like what you can and can't say, and what the artificial intelligence or like the bots scanning YouTube are looking for.
The words.
And like you're just kind of like tiptoeing around these, like fucking trying to like juke these fucking algorithms. And it's like fucking strange. It's almost like some science fiction shit.
Yeah.
It's like there's this intelligence scanning the internet for things that can't be said anymore. And you're almost altering yourself to kind of fit in to not get hit by the algorithms.
Right.
So like you're kind of like reprogramming yourself
To fit their rules.
Yeah, to fit in within their rules, and then in some way that's like almost reprogramming people.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you start to reprogram yourself to censor yourself because you have to.
Yeah.
They're censoring us, so we have to censor ourselves. And
Before they censor us.
Right.
Because that's exactly what it is. You have to censor yourself before they censor you, because if they censor you, then you can only get 4 of those, and then you're off the fucking game. You're off the
Yeah.
playing board.
Yeah.
Fucking
So
wild.
we're being reprogrammed.
Yeah, we're being reprogrammed as we're talking to this microphone. We're readjusting who we are to fit within, or just kind of move around the artificial intelligence. It scans the internet.
The fucking guidelines.
What the fuck is that? If you were to write a movie or a book, a novel about that in like the 50s, like that's science fiction shit.
Yeah, deadass.
That goes into the science fiction category.
Make a movie about it. Everyone be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah. It's fucking wild.
But
Hey, you want to talk about reality TV now?
I love reality TV.
How's the Love Island?
Some good shit.
Yeah.
Haven't watched it as much.
Oh, yeah. You've been keeping busy.
Yeah, I have a job now.
Which is probably healthy, right?
Way
probably
healthier.
more healthy to sit outside and watch kids than it is to watch Love Island.
Yeah. Way better for me to have a job with kids where I get money.
Get money. To watch. You're outside. You're in the sun.
Yeah.
That's something actually huge for me is I can't work a job that's inside all day.
Really?
I lose my fucking mind.
No way.
I have to be outside.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I have to.
I love being inside.
Really?
I love it. I hate being outside. Like
really?
If I, in fact, before I worked, like if I didn't have to go outside, I wouldn't ever.
Even when you could, like with a 2 hour, it's dead for 2 hours. You can go outside. You just kind of stay inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't even do. I can't. I've worked a few jobs where I just sit in a seat all day. And yeah, it's like you get suicidal within a week and a half.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. For some reason, though, I am very much a homebody. I'm not an active person. I do like to just. I mean, my reality TV. So I'd rather do that than like jumping jacks. I like yoga though, stuff like that. But I think the sun actually does have a huge effect on your mood too.
I've noticed really more lately that if the beginning half of the day I can get in the sun for like 2 hours, 3 hours, just do something in the sun, I feel way better the rest of the day.
Wow.
Like I feel like noticeably better just going through the rest of my day if I could find a way to fit in just being in the sun for a few hours.
Yeah.
In the beginning of my day. Yeah.
It's called seasonal affective. What is it? Seasonal affective disorder. SAD. And it's it's when it's seasonal. So when it gets into the fall and winter seasons, people go into depression. That's seasonal affective disorder. And it's because the sun literally gives you chemicals that bring your mood up. So to cure or help the symptoms of SAD, you do light therapy. You sit in front of a lamp. And that's how you cure seasonal depression.
Yeah. A lamp.
Yeah.
That's one of my girls, like a fling that I had in high school. She did that shit. She like fucking wanted to kill herself in the winters.
Are you serious?
So she just sat at a lamp. She sat at the lamp.
Yeah. That's how you
so she didn't want to kill herself anymore.
Yeah, no, dead ass. That's a thing.
That is a fucking thing.
Yeah, so sun could bring you happiness.
You just need the light.
Yeah.
You gotta have the light.
Yeah, for real.
Yep.
It's like the vitamin D and stuff it does for your skin and yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just really, really good for your immune system to be. You need that shit.
Yeah.
Like for fucking the sickness that the pandemic thing going on. One of the things that they find in COVID patients is vitamin D deficiency.
Oh, there you go.
So go outside.
Go outside.
Be outside. Yeah.
It's hard in the summer, especially here. I mean, I don't.
Here it's like fucking brutal.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone in the summer or gone outside at all in the summer if I didn't tan. Like I would go to the pool and tan and spend time outside. That's the only. Because I didn't have a job, so that's how I got my sun in.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I never go outside. I hate it. I hate being hot. It's horrible for my OCD.
Wrong place.
I'm in the yes.
You hate being hot.
Yes.
We have 117-degree weather here, Phoenix.
It's really
Maricopa County.
Unbearable to me. Like I walk outside and it feels like my clothes are sticking to me. It's like an OCD thing because I also get hot flashes.
Yeah.
So it's just miserable.
That does suck. That sounds awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I lived in a place that had really bad winters.
Never experienced that.
And I take a brutal summer over a brutal winter.
Really?
I do.
I think I probably would too, even though I never experienced the winter.
The snow and the sludge.
Seen it. Yeah, I've been in the snow.
I mean, it's I take like an extreme summer over extreme. The issue is when it's cold, you can cover up, you can put layers on. And there's not really anything you can do when it's really hot outside.
Yeah, and that's what sucks. If I could go to work in like a tank top and shorts, it'd be a lot easier. But it's an elementary school, so I have to wear pants and I have to cover myself.
Do they tell you that?
No.
It's unsaid?
Yeah.
It's like this unspoken rule.
They
You
really
gotta be
didn't
wearing
tell
pants.
me. Yeah. Yeah. So I did order some shorts though that are like mid-thigh because the kids wear like almost booty shorts, but they're little kids. Yeah. But I remember when I went there, I couldn't wear those. So I was like, maybe they're becoming more lenient because they were really strict when I went there. But now I see the kids in the little shorts. I'm like, maybe if I wear some like mid-thigh ones and like a t-shirt, they'll be okay with it. I hope, because I already ordered them. So.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's interesting that you feel like you can't wear pants, but no one told you can't wear pants.
Yeah.
Being at work, I remember
nobody
work
did
dynamics.
tell me.
Yeah. Work dynamics are like interesting, like being at the workplace.
It's because every workplace, the dynamic is so different.
So different.
Yeah.
The different personalities coming together.
Yeah.
And doing different things. But every time there's always just like these weird things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, you don't talk to Maria about this because it makes her think about her divorce.
Yeah.
And like you're fucking trying to make like cheeseburgers, you know, and it's like, what the fuck? What is that? How does that form you, I wonder?
Yeah, no. There's like one teacher there who's just always spilling like drama about her life though. She's just like telling everyone all of her shit.
Like just talk about her personal life?
Yeah. She's just like, oh yeah, I'm changing my last name again because I want nothing to do with him, and like stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, I haven't even talked to you. Like
that fucking do girls? They have to change. Does the last name automatically change back in a divorce? It doesn't, does it?
No. You have
so
to
she has to
change it.
carry the fucking name with her.
Yeah, unless she
legally goes through the process of changing the
which
shit.
she's done 3 times now.
Oh, that's brutal.
Just let everyone know. Yeah, she was my kindergarten teacher. She's so sweet.
Really?
Yeah, she had a different last name though when I.
She had a different last name.
She's been through 2 since.
What was her name then and now?
It's Peluso.
Miss Peluso.
And then Crone.
And then Miss Crone.
Which is what she is right now. I don't think she's gonna change her name until the end of the year to confuse the kids, not have to talk about it. To Thelen. It's like Thelen.
Thelen.
Yeah, she's already changed it on her Instagram to that. So.
Oh God. Yeah, that's fucked up. The girls like have to carry this motherfucker's last name. With them.
The fact that we take men's last name in general.
It's like an ownership thing.
Yeah.
It's a dominance thing.
Yeah. And I actually think it's kind of a new thing because, well, it's going to be a new thing. Like, me and my boyfriend have talked about it. I was like, I don't really want to, not that I don't want your last name, but like, I'm a feminist.
Oh, fuck.
I'm not owned by a man. And I saw this TikTok where this guy was talking about the same thing. He was like, me and my girlfriend are like, fuck the patriarchy, so I'm not giving her my last name. And he's like, can we just create new last names? Because if the woman keeps her name, that's just her dad's last name. So it's all just men last names that
fuck the
exist.
patriarchy.
So we have to change, the whole thing.
Fuck the patriarchy.
This is coming from a man.
How would you feel about men taking the woman's last name? If the shit flipped and the woman was the dominant and it was was it matriarchy? What's the word for it? Is that, am I right? Matriarchy?
It's like misogyny and
matriarchy.
misandry. I don't know what patriarchy, I don't know what the opposite of
I think
that
it's
is.
matriarchy when like the woman's the dominant role in society.
I think if we did that,
I might be wrong about that shit. Matriarchy. That sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds like,
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be that big of a deal if they took our last names, because that's all we'd have. Our fathers still give us away at our weddings. That's still misogynistic. So, I don't know. I don't feel like
What do you mean?
When fathers give their daughters away?
Yeah, what's that mean? Like in America?
Yeah, like, you know,
like
walk
when
down
the
aisle.
guy walks and gives the daughter over?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, isn't that gross?
I never even thought about that. Ew.
Like
the father's giving the daughter
exactly over to. That's why the father walks her down the aisle, because he's giving her away to another man.
Oh, what the fuck?
Isn't that fucked?
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, and then
It's
we
like-
take their last name.
And then you take the last name of the guy.
Yeah,
So it's like a dominance thing, but
yeah. Marriage is so fucked. I think people
Was it-
realize that more now.
it was started just to join and combine families together for power. That's when I read about it. I was like, where the fuck does this shit come from? Because it's weird. It's like, well, first of all, it's made up.
Yeah.
Everything's really made up. The government, the idea of government, idea of politics, idea of democracy is all
That's all games for us.
It's all made up too.
Yeah.
And it's just ideas, just like marriage is just an idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
But it's just very strange. The contract, being together for life, tying in government, bringing a government. So like if you decide that you don't love each other anymore, like, you can't just have a clean break and walk away from it. Now there's gonna be litigation.
Yeah.
Now you're literally, well, I mean, depending on if you guys can come to agreement, a lot of times you can't.
Mhm.
And you go to court and you fucking fight
For money
before
and your kids.
for money and for kids, or for for money and kids mostly.
Yeah.
And you go in front of somebody that's in a robe with a hammer, looking over, like being the judge over this like weird fight game,
Into
like
this
verbal
little
war.
part of your life. That's a fight.
Yeah.
Nothing but a fight.
It's a fight.
Yeah.
I knew a judge. I might have told you this, but I knew a judge, and I was friendly with the judge. She would give me huge fucking Christmas tips and shit. She just liked me a lot.
God. Wow.
And she was like a powerful, like fucking judge in Seattle. And she said that she would take a murder and a rape case over a divorce case.
Wow. That's crazy.
She fucking was dead serious, looking me in the eyes. She wasn't being like fucking silly.
Yeah. Holy shit. The couples get nasty.
It gets nasty.
Damn.
Nastier than rape.
Damn. That's some fucked up shit.
Yeah. That happened.
Nutty.
That happened. So that's why I'm very skeptical of getting married and stuff, but
Makes
you know.
sense. Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel that. I because obviously I think marriage is misogynistic, or at least the ceremony. So I've always just wanted to get like eloped if I got married.
Just kind of some nothing shit.
Yeah, which I guess would just be creating a contract with the government saying that we're married.
You still bring, you go to the court,
Yeah.
you get the fucking document.
That's all it would be.
Yeah.
So
And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right. At least this is what I read. I don't remember the source, but I think I read up on. I mean, first few fucking hits after putting it in the box. You know, I mean, that's what everybody does.
yeah.
But yeah, it's to combine powers with families, and then from there somehow it evolved into somehow the government tied itself into it.
I was gonna say
Because it wasn't, government had nothing to do with it in the beginning.
Another random thing I read, I don't remember where, but something like how the government thrives off of families. Like the government itself would be nothing if there weren't families. I forget where I read it, and I forget what how they tied together, because like why am I thinking of like money? It's like the government would have no purpose if there were no families. People wouldn't be working for security, insurance, things like that is all based on families. And the government itself is supposed to but they thrive off of families.
Yeah. Probably for a while they thrived off families, but now I feel like there's been an agenda to break the family unit.
Yeah, probably
And
not so much now.
I think families now they don't want, because there's kind of unity within a group of people.
Yeah.
They don't want community. They don't want families anymore. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the hippie movement. There's a lot of evidence. The CIA had a heavy hand in the hippie movement, and the counterculture and the rebellion against families and the runaways, the huge spike in runaways, the uptick in drugs and drug use. And then I watched interviews. This one hippie girl, she was like in it because she wanted the revolution. She wanted everything to be fair and all the principles that the hippies kind of moved on.
Yeah.
But she said after a certain point, there was no action, there was no aim. It was just a bunch of people on a bunch of drugs. And she said it was just spinning my wheels. She said she did so much drugs at one point because the whole culture was just doing acid. She said she did so much. At a certain point, she couldn't articulate words, speak.
Oh my God.
She couldn't speak anymore and stuff. And then she kind of came to a realization, like, what the fuck? What is this? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, as the
That's
hippie
fucking
movement.
crazy.
And then a lot of what's happened recently is kind of the hippie movement. It's the reincarnation of the hippie movement with the new age shit.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the trends. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
This generation a lot is about manifesting your own riches, your own future, stuff like that.
How much do you believe in manifestation?
I don't really believe in it like they explain, or how it's been explained to me, how I've seen it, like where people just write things a bunch and say it a bunch and they like think it'll happen. I believe in manifesting more as like one really healthy thing to do that I learned in therapy is like actually positive manifesting, like looking at yourself in a mirror and like, I am beautiful, stuff like that. But as far as like making things happen
with your mind,
yeah, I don't think writing it down multiple times or repeating it multiple times does anything really.
Imagery, seeing it happen in your head.
I think yes.
Yes, you think
focusing your entire life and your mind, into what you want and manifesting it that way, putting the energy out there,
putting a lot into it.
Yes. I think saying it over and over and writing it down a bunch of times does nothing. I mean, I'm sure it could keep it in your head and, but if you can just have it in your head and that be your main focus 24/7 without doing all the writing down, that's so much more powerful to me.
So Dave Chappelle had a skit. He was he was really sad. He was in entertainment. He was doing okay in comedy, but he was just like feeling sad about what it actually was, playing pretend in front of a camera, the makeup, and it's just like, fuck, like, this is what it is. This is, but in a child's mind, it's like, something more than that.
Yeah.
But he was sad and stuff. And his agent gave him this book. He was like, it's The Secret. Do you know what The Secret book is? It's the fucking Bible of manifestation and positive thinking. It's one of the Bibles. There's like 2 or 3 of them. Yeah. They're like people that, because it's kind of like this idea. It's been made up recently, essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, she gave him the book, The Secret, and he read the first 5 pages of it. And he was just like, "The fuck is this?" Like, I just be positive and think positive and see things positive, and
basically,
and it just happens. Like you go to like a starving kid in Africa. And you're like, buddy, the problem is you're not thinking positive enough.
That's the secret.
Yeah. You're not the problem's your attitude. Right? Like go up to a starving kid in Africa. It's like, look, buddy, the issue's your attitude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not manifesting right.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Do you know Joel Osteen?
Yeah,
Makes me think of Joel Osteen. Like, be positive. You can do anything you want. Like, put your mind to it and put the energy out there and it'll happen.
Sort of same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I think why I believe in manifesting to a certain level is because for me, in some cases, like it works, but I also have some level of spirituality. I don't think that you can just like manifest and things will happen. Like I am a very spiritual person, you know, and so I do a lot of that. I talk with God, and so sometimes you could call it manifesting, but sometimes I do think I'll be like, hey God, like I really really need this, like help me. And I've worked on my relationship so much that a lot of times it's almost an instant answer, like no, that's not what's supposed to happen, or okay, like, and you can feel better, and then whatever answer I get is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like a lot of it has to do more with spirituality and knowing yourself and your own intuition, with the combination of manifesting things like that. I don't think you can just have rocks and manifest things without some sort of level of spirituality.
Yeah. There might be something to manifestation. For me, it's like how I see it is you have to put the fucking work in.
Yeah.
You might get lucky and you might hit, but you're going to burn out. The people that hit early, the brightest lights, what's the fucking saying? The brightest stars blow out the fastest of whatever. You know what I mean? The brightest lights go out the quickest.
Yeah.
Whatever you decide you want to do, or whatever craft, say it's a craft, whatever craft you decide, you got to go put the work in.
Yes.
You got to get good at that shit. And you got to really, and then from there, maybe you could do something with it. That's luck and chance at that point.
Yeah.
And maybe some manifestation can come in at that point, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I think it's more than just like saying things. It's actually putting your head into
energy.
It. Yes.
Like really putting energy.
Yeah, because then you're going to start making decisions, because you're a spiritual person. Your intuition is going to tell you what decisions you need to make to reach your goal. And that's what it's all about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I see it working for me, like manifesting, you know? But otherwise, yeah, a lot of people just don't do it right, and I don't think it works.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much. I do believe that there is some type of entanglement of like consciousness and like the fabric of reality. Like there's some type of, like, they're not separate. Like Einstein said that us viewing ourselves as separate is an optical illusion. Like, and then it's also been broken down to me like this too, and I think they're more or less true, that this is an individual things happening. This is one thing happening.
Yeah.
Like everything going on right now, it's not like a bunch of individual things happening. It's one thing happening at once.
Interesting.
Together.
Yeah. All at the same time.
Yeah, all at the same time, and they're not like mutually exclusive. So someone can be on the fucking road and then just get hit with the fucking feeling that their grandfather died.
Yeah.
And then make a phone call and they're like, yo, is grandpa okay? Did he just die? And they're like, yeah, he died. There's a connection.
Yeah.
Something's fucking happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. People seeing the future in their dreams. All that shit.
I've had like visions before that have come true.
Uh-huh.
That's how I started growing my spirituality. I was like, whoa.
Uh-huh.
And then you just, focus on shit like that and put all your energy into that. Start trusting yourself, building a relationship with yourself and your spirit. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it also is just a gift.
There's gifts.
Yeah.
People are just, that's something too. It's to be considered, I guess. Is there are people that are just good at shit for kind of no reason.
Yeah.
They just have it.
Yeah.
That happens kind of a lot.
Yeah.
My sister could just fucking paint.
Same with my sister.
Really?
Yeah, Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie too. She's one of them that they just are good at it as soon as they start.
Yeah. They never have to really.
Yeah, and they can build on it from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I feel like, God, I'm saying like too much. It's fucking annoying. I'm gonna count that.
You
in
forget.
Reproduction. Yeah, you forget like it's just the in between the words, and then you say the filler words as you're thinking. Just I don't even know why we feel like we need to talk as we're trying to figure out what we're gonna say next. Fucking stupid.
We're awkward. Awkward species.
Yeah, we're an awkward species. What the fuck was I talking about?
Your sister can draw.
Oh yeah, she could draw.
Yes.
So basically, everyone's at a certain place when they're born. Just based off the genetics you're given, you're at a certain place, and then from there you can you can grow from there. And then some people might be born worse than other people, but they have a relentless work ethic, and they still get it. Just because their work ethic was fucking insane.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, fucking did it again. This one legendary boxing coach, he trained and built some of the most like prolific boxers of all time. He was just a really good trainer.
Yeah.
His name is Teddy Atlas. He built Mike Tyson and shit, or he helped. But legendary trainer. He said that knockout power is not trained; it's given. Your knockout power is genetic given, God given, however you want to say it.
Okay.
But you're just born with that shit. Either you have it or you don't. And then from that point of whatever power you were born with, some people have knockout power in their right hand and not in their left. Some people don't have knockout power. Some people have knockout power in both hands. Tyson had both hands, and that was genetic.
Damn.
Right? And then from there, you're like, oh my fucking God. Like there's this like fucking, you know what I mean, this specimen that you come across. This is Mike Tyson.
Like a prodigy.
Right, a prodigy. And then you take that and you're like, okay, I'm going to grow this now.
Yeah.
And then you make fucking Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? But there's a genetic component.
Right.
Right.
Still in
He's
there.
on the streets 13 knocking fucking grown men out, you know?
Yeah.
Someone sees that like, yeah, what the fuck is that?
Dead ass. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of interesting. So
Yeah, that's like the Disney movie Soul. I think I've brought that up before. But they like come into to life already like having something that they loved to do in their past life or something they were really good at, and so they were born with that talent or that gift. But they are still born as a baby and they still have to learn to use their body and everything. But it's like the spirits entering, or the soul entering the body, but already having like these talents and these things that they like already.
what do you feel about reincarnation? I know your background is Mormon. You're kind of a break-off Mormon, so I feel like you still have a lot of values and principles that are Mormon that you still move with.
Yeah.
Where are you at with reincarnation? Is the way you see reincarnation pretty Mormon still, or has that switched to something else since you've sort of broken off a little bit?
I would say before I wouldn't ever consider believing it, or even, I wouldn't believe it at all. But I would say now it's honestly still pretty hard for me to believe, but I just know that there's a lot of like stories where people are born remembering things from their past life.
Yes, that's true.
And so that's what kind of makes me like,
yeah, it's pretty hard evidence.
Fuck? Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that is really hard evidence. I forget about that.
That's what
God
I'm
damn
saying.
it. I don't really want to believe in reincarnation.
That's my point.
Do I want to do this shit again?
It's not convincing, and
it feels like the most right to me. Like being objective, not growing up in any religion, literally nothing. Like my whole upbringing, mom sort of loose Christian, but she like speaks broken English and shit, and like she's not book smart. She's like kind of intuitive. She sees the future in her dreams and stuff, like emotionally intelligent, but not book smart at all. So I mean, she's not going to be kind of bringing me into these ideas. She can't. Like she's not capable of doing it.
Doesn't have the vocabulary.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
But so she was like kind of Christian, and she would try to take us to church every now and then, but really nothing.
Yeah.
Outside of that, she kind of gave up, and my stepdad never spoke about philosophy or religion a single time my entire upbringing.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know.
So what did you say is the most believable to you?
The most believable to me ended up because I had basically what I was getting to is I had a clean slate. Thank you for bringing me back. I'm high.
No, you're no, you're good. I was genuinely curious.
Yeah. Off a clean slate, like basically being like a pretty developed human, and I still have a clean slate of nothing that was fed to me.
Yeah.
As far as like believing something a certain way, concepts, and then so there's like 3 or 4 years where I was like fanatical about figuring out what God is, who's God, who has the right God, so I can worship that God.
Okay.
Right, because I have a clean slate. I'm fucking 18, 19.
Right. Yeah.
And basically, there was never like some eureka moment in reading all of these religions and reading about all of the religions and all of everything in between religion. You know, monotheism, even fucking magic, fucking Wiccan shit, connecting, doing ceremonies, connecting it to patterns in the sky, everything, every fucking thing.
Damn.
And nothing really ever just fucking gripped me as the one.
Yeah.
The only one. The thing that got me the most or made me feel like it could be the truest was the Buddhism and the Eastern thought that this is a God mind.
Okay.
That we're essentially not like a projection of God and God's over us in the clouds watching, that we're literally God having a dream, and we are characters moving through God's dream, right?
Okay, yeah.
And that every aspect, the dark and the good, is all kind of just God's projection, essentially.
Interesting.
And I read about that way of looking at reality and was like, okay, like this feels more like, and then also the reincarnation attached to that made more sense to me than kind of like the dictator in the sky.
Yeah.
You know, just watching.
Right.
Watching, judging. So the reincarnation thing also resonated with me more than the Christian way of looking at it.
Yeah.
With like, this is just a lesson or whatever, and you have room to grow. And if you make a bunch of bad decisions or do a bunch of stupid shit, you know, you're addicted to coke and fucking herpes, then you become a fucking rabbit or something, right? And then now you got to work your way from a fucking rabbit.
Yeah.
But if you go low enough, the whole for me is once you get low enough in the ladder and you're a slug or a grasshopper or something like that, how the fuck do you elevate your consciousness back into the fucking monkey?
Because you're not making the same decisions, or actually any decisions, really.
Yeah, I mean, what decisions is a fucking slug making?
Feeding yourself.
You're slowly moving through leaves and you're absorbing chemicals through like fucking this toxin.
Yeah.
And what are you doing that's gonna make you a fucking dog or whatever?
Yeah.
As you know what I mean? Like what?
Let's go back up.
There's no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a way you think? Like what could a slug do, or what could like an ant do? I guess ants could, because they have like societies and stuff.
Yeah, but
graveyards and
slugs
kitchens.
don't even have like queens.
No, they're just
to work for. I mean, maybe. I don't know, because I haven't like read on that like reincarnation and everything, but if that period of time being a slug is just like consequence, and then maybe they're like they get a second chance. Or the only other thing I could think of, like a slug being able to do something good, is like sharing. I don't fucking know.
No,
like finding some food and then
that was a good. It was a good try. It was better than what I could do.
Or making a, or maybe like what we do, having babies, feed your babies. I don't fucking know.
Feed the babies. Yeah, I mean, in my mind, trying to figure it out, there would have to be a cutoff line.
Yeah.
Of intelligence, right?
Yeah.
God would have to draw some type of line at like, okay, no, bugs are just soulless. They're not in any type of reincarnation cycle.
Yeah.
It's just the monkeys and the big fish, you know?
It like, you have reptiles and amphibians and mammals, and that's it. Like no insects.
No, yeah.
It could be a frog or a tadpole or fucking.
Yeah, frogs could do nice things.
Yeah.
They could definitely do nice things for like other frogs and
their community. Their frog community. I guess.
Yeah, see, that's my problem with reincarnation. That's it right there. That's the biggest hole I found.
I was gonna say, it's a pretty big hole.
It's a
pretty gaping hole.
Yeah, it's a big hole. So then there you go. And then I was like kind of back to not attached to anything or any form of like any way of looking at shit, really.
Back to square one.
Basically.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Makes sense. That's like the Mormon Church, or when I went to church, I was always under the impression that one day I was going to have just a spiritual awakening that I would know the church is true.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm waiting for. It's like some fucking extreme moment where I like black out or something, or like seizure on the floor. Like fucking have a vision.
Right.
Yeah, and then it's like God touched me.
Yeah. Or just feeling anything.
Or anything.
Yeah, like
or anything
this
at all.
Is true. Yeah.
The seizure and the dream, or just anything.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and it never happened. So I'm like,
same.
Well, I'm just restricting myself of fun for no reason if I don't even fully believe this.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna put my everything into something I don't know is fully true. So, and that's where Joseph Smith found himself, and that's how he made up the Mormon Church. So, hey, we could make up our own church.
I mean, shit. I don't know. What's really the most interesting thing to me is what brings someone to believing in a God. What are the things that lead them to start believing in a specific God? Is like more interesting to me now than religion, because I'm so fucking, I've read so much about it.
Right.
You know, but what brings someone there? And it's
to fully believe.
In something.
Yeah.
That.
I wonder that too.
You know?
Because I look at my siblings and I'm like, you guys believe this enough to like raise your family the same way.
Yes.
Like, I don't have that energy. I don't have that desire.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. So it is weird to me. Like, you're telling me you guys really believe this. Like, which, you know, I respect and everything, but it is weird. Like, how do you, I've never felt like that about anything. So, like, just fully believing a church is true or believing that this faith is true. I've never felt that.
Mm-hmm. I think a huge component of it all is just a sense of community and stuff. People don't want to let go of their communities, but COVID fucking destroyed, what would you call the religious communities of the world? But I feel like the community is more powerful than the God, the stories.
Yeah.
You need the sense of like connecting to people and shit.
Right.
Yeah. It's like part of being a human being. So
yeah, I guess that's part of it. For some reason.
Yeah. For some reason, it's just we just are what we are and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fucking strange. And I was thinking about this on the fucking highway. I didn't choose the region I was born in. I didn't choose the parents that I was born in. Like I didn't choose my parents. I didn't choose my culture. I didn't choose my time period. All of these things is what made me. It's like the information that's just around you is what kind of forms the way you see the world. Forms you. Mm-hmm. Your idea of you forms the way you see the world. And it's just like, damn. I was thinking about I was high on the highway after looking at fucking Lexus bumpers and was like, everything of what I am and who I am had nothing to do with any decision I've ever made. You know what I mean?
Just the circumstances you were raised in.
Right, exactly. The environment that made me, the genetic makeup that made me, had nothing to do with the decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
You know, and that's weird.
Yeah. Because you come into this life knowing nothing, can't even make decisions for yourself. Well, you can, but
You're just like shitting yourself and you don't know how to walk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then
like, oh, this itches, picking your nose, picking your ass.
yeah, you're fucking eating fucking garbage off the ground and stuff,
Yeah.
and you're like putting shit in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like getting into the fucking toilet water and
Yeah. That's what they do.
so I guess from there you just have a blank slate to create whatever. The environment is the baby has the gene and it's gonna eventually grow into whatever it's gonna grow into, but then the environment basically programs it
Yeah.
and makes it what it's gonna be and how that's gonna see the world and stuff. And then I don't know, it was just a weird thing to entertain.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Wife Swap?
No.
It's where the moms go to a different house and they like try to be the mom of that house, and they're always like polar opposites. Like the one I watched was a really a white family, a rich family, a really nice house, 3 daughters. The mom made them pamper themselves and print themselves up, and if they had chipped nails, they would get in trouble from their mom. And they never spent time with their dad. Their dad was always cleaning, yelling at them, no communication. And at the other house, it was a pigsty, smelly. Nothing got done. The husband worked 16-hour days sometimes. And the kids were homeschooled. And so these moms switch, and it's like a whole different world for them. And so I was thinking the whole time, like, okay, these kids who are being taught they have to look a certain way, and now they're going to grow up with daddy issues and hella insecurities. And then these homeschooled kids are going to be the homeschooled kids. Like,
Yeah, they're gonna be the homeschooled kids.
not that all homeschool kids are weird, but
It's not socialized.
yeah, their house is dirty. Like, they have ferrets, and they're
It's just gonna be a
homeschooled.
weird kid.
So
They're
gonna
not gonna be
be-
fucking. They're gonna be weird. They're not gonna be
Exactly.
able to relate to people.
Exactly. Those kids are going to be weird.
Yeah, they
so it's
are.
like completely different environments creating completely
it's
different
just- and
people.
it's completely environmental. It's like you have the kid with the fucking weird parents and the ferret, and dad has one leg and can't talk anymore because he had a stroke from fucking, because he really liked to eat chili all the time and smoke cigarettes. And then there's like fucking 6 ferrets running around, and then like your mom is, what was she doing?
She did nothing. She didn't clean. The house was filthy.
Yeah, your mom was just like playing Minecraft, like fucking drinking like fucking Coca-Cola.
Yeah, playing
And
with the ferrets.
with the ferrets.
She didn't even hardly teach them homeschool.
Yeah, and those kids, as far as being sociable or doing things,
It's not happening.
like being social at all in the world, like they're fucked.
Yeah.
And it's just completely environmental.
Yeah.
It was the environment that,
They were raised in.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's the mind. The mind is made up from like just information that came.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Information and experiences.
So what is real? What is God?
Nothing's real. Everything's fake. You're in a dream.
That's right. Exactly.
You need to wake up.
Wake up. Death is waking up, actually, in Buddhism.
Oh.
Dying is waking up from the dream. This is the dream.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I
That's how I
understand.
was when I came across the
Yeah.
information. It's like, it makes a lot of sense. Like,
It
this
does.
is actually like, I feel like this is kind of reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think of it more like if I heard that, I would think of it like figuratively. I wouldn't think like dead ass we're waking up. But
Right.
I don't know if that's
I
what
don't
they
even know
really
what that
mean.
is.
Yeah, but
Just waking up
that's a really interesting way
and not having a
to
body anymore. And
think
yeah,
about it, because it's kind of true to a certain extent. I think
sort of. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, sort of. Like we're just like I was basically just saying, our mind and our outlooks are completely just proximity and information that was around us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything we feel or like how So I don't know. Maybe this is just the dream,
Yeah.
and then waking up is death, to like something that's I don't know,
Something more.
real. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know.
That's interesting because it kind of correlates to kind of what I believe. Well, I believe that there's an afterlife but that we're spirits. So I don't know. Like it could be in a sense like waking up from whatever the fuck this is.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Because we don't see them. We don't see the spirit world. So
yeah, the only thing that I'm willing to say is I think that as far as I'm willing to go, as far as afterlife, God, all that, is that I do think that this body's temporary. And I think that it's just a vehicle to have this experience.
yeah.
I believe that. That's it.
All right,
Beyond that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. Like,
beyond that, and that's only just
foundation.
from shit that I've felt and things that have happened to me, like dreams, out of body experiences and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was doing this meditation a lot, like this like kind of intense like fucking meditation every night before going to bed. And then this one time at work, like I was standing there and my job was standing at a podium, and I felt like really distinctly that I was looking through my eyes and not with them. I was
Interesting.
using my eyes
Yeah.
to see. I wasn't my eyes. I'm not. You aren't the eyes. You're looking through them.
Yeah.
And that's like how I felt like an observer, and this whole thing was like a mask or like this. I don't know how to fucking articulate it, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah, and I was sober, 100% sober, just doing meditations every night. And I'm just standing at this podium, and then I get hit with this shit of like, that my body isn't me. It's I am just in it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Wow. That's pretty much what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you think. Yeah.
Yeah. That we're more than this body. This body is temporary.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah. It's sort of like, it's nice, but it's like also fucking not nice, because I don't know if I would want to keep doing this all the fucking time.
Yeah. Fuck that.
And on that note, that's the end of the episode.
Fuck y'all.